All right. So coming up, we have our next question. It's asking us, what is a straight line? So straight line is a one-dimensional object in geometry that extends on both ends to infinity. So let's write that down first. A line, oops, one-dimensional extend on both ends to infinity. And it is a line with no curves. So no curves. So if we got something like this or something like that, that is not a straight line. And and for the one-dimensional extend on both ends to infinity, if we got a line like this, let's say 0 and 1, so this is not a straight line either. Things stopped at 0 and stopped at 1. So it's not extend both ends to infinity. Yeah. So so this part is sort of like a counterexample. And third thing, there's not just one form of straight line. So it can be long, short, vertical, like up and down, or horizontal, or even diagonal. Yeah, so let's write that down. Could be long, short, vertical, horizontal, diagonal. Right. So those are not straight line. And so something like this, that, it could be super long, and it could be like this, extremely short. Yeah, so those are lines. I mean, are straight lines. And some special kinds of straight lines include parallel and perpendicular lines. So, right. And let's start a new page. So, parallel, perpendicular, parallel. Yeah. So parallel lines are just straight lines that have the same slope and they never intersect. Never cross each other, and same slope. So something like this would be a pair of parallel lines. And for perpendicular, I just are straight lines that cross each other at one point that forms 4 right angles. Okay, so cross and forms 4 right angles. So examples Could be something like this. So as you can see here, it forms 4 right angles, which are 90 degrees for each. Yep. And coming up, and we want to name the lines. There are 2 ways. Okay, I'll write it down here. Name the lines. So there are 2 ways. One way is just we're taking 2 points and adding a line about it. So let's say, oops, we got a line like this. So that's both sides to infinity. And there are 2 points, A and B, and Y. So the first way of naming it, we're just taking the 2 points and adding a line about it. Or the second way is using one lowercase letter. So for the lines we're given, we can name it either, AB, or we can call it line Y. And it doesn't have to be Y. It could be L or H. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, we can also call it LH, line H. Yeah. And right, so the last point in terms of the angle of a line. So angle of a line. Yep. So angle of a line can be measured, and this is done by taking 1 point from the line and drawing a circle, or drawing an angle arc from the point to another point on the line. So by saying that, let's say we got 1 point here. Let's call it A, and I'm taking point A from the line and drawing an angle arc from point A to point B. So here's my point B. Yep, oops. Right, so something look like this. And the angle formed by this straight line is always equal to 180 degrees. So that was the conclusion here. So the angle formed by a straight line is always equal to 180 degrees. Right. Yep, I think that's all we have for this question. Right. Okay. So let's leave a comment there.